Hey there, so we are on the road yet again with Between the Ditches, and I'm here today. We're in another office of an estimator, a contracting firm. I've got Jimmy Chavez here from CPC. Jimmy.
Hey Paul, how you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having us over. So Jimmy, you've been a user of bulk exchange for a while now. When you're outside your familiar zone, how do you go about locating dump sites or sources of materials? Describe what some guys call the bird dogging process of getting information.
Over the last several decades, we've done it through relationships, and we typically would pick up the phone and dial a salesperson. Now, when we were going outside of our normal work geography, it became a little bit difficult to do this because we didn't have an existing relationship. So we'd have to call our salesperson, say locally in Los Angeles, and ask for a referral to somebody, say up in Sacramento or San Francisco area. But now, with bulk exchange, it takes seconds for me to log onto the platform. I can go search vendors and I can search the material that I need. And the way I see it is this software really augments the customer service relationship between me and my salesperson.
So you mentioned the bird dogging, the calling somebody in a particular area that you worked with in the past. The websites in this industry sometimes have a lot to be desired, and that can be frustrating. Some websites may not be kept up to date, or even their materials or pricing. Bulk exchange, how it helps in that process, just having it all in one place?
It hasn't traditionally been the norm that people would publicize their materials rates. But now, thanks to bulk exchange, we are seeing this open sourcing of materials pricing information, and that allows us to go after more projects. I can bid on more projects. I can get directly to a salesperson in an area where I may not be familiar. And also, I can go out to multiple suppliers at once by using the RFP feature.
You've had a few jobs recently where you use bulk exchange. Even if you compare with the way it used to be versus your experiences being on our platform, just being able to type in a street address or a city, and describe that, how that went for you.
Yeah, no, it's great to use bulk exchange. So a lot of salespeople you'll run into, they'll say that they're not able to quote you if you don't have an account open yet. So what happened in this particular case is I got on bulk exchange. I found not only the supplier, but the exact location they would be shipping from, the list prices or gate prices that they were offering. I was able to get a price without having an account open right away. And then it drove new business to that supplier because I ended up not only using bulk exchange to find them, but also purchasing the material from them.
Awesome. And then you've had situations where you've reached out using our messaging tool and the RFP tool. You were able to get some information through the messaging tool?
That's right. Yeah, the chat feature is great. So what this allows me to do is to not only go out and do the bulk requests for materials, but also I can get to the supplier asynchronously.
It's great to hear, like, you're giving some real world examples of saving you time and giving you more insights to options in an area, and then creating business for suppliers that you may not have even knew existed. Jimmy, your background always fascinated me. You've got multi-generational family in the world of heavy civil. You're grounded in the world of technology. So describe where the industry is headed in your mind with all these fantastic solutions out there.
Well, I'm a relationship person, I think, just in my core. And so I really always love to connect with the salesperson and develop it over the years. So we want to maintain those, but sometimes it's a little hard to get started. And so I think bulk exchange has been a great icebreaker, but also we talked about the messaging tool that we can use. I think that, more broadly, software is augmenting that relationship. The salesperson is not going to go away. They do something that's invaluable to us.
Yeah.
We love those people and we want to continue building new relationships.
Very well said. There's an art to sales, there's an art to estimating. That's not going to go away. You and I deal with heavy materials that require a lot of logistics and planning, so that's where the human element will always be there. Well, Jimmy, it's always a pleasure. It's great to hear of your experiences on bulk exchange. We'd love to be able to stay in touch, as always. The feedback that we get from folks like Jimmy as we build this for the industry, by the industry, that's what makes it such a useful tool for everybody. So, Jimmy Chavez, always a pleasure. Thanks for having us over.
Thank you, Paul. Pleasure.
All right. You too, man.
Thanks.